Hi guys, my name's Kathryn Venning. I'm from the Global Ecology Lab here at Flinders University, and my research looks at koala species distributions across the Mount Lofty Ranges here in Adelaide. My project's really cool, I think, because I use data collected by citizen scientists in the Great Koala Count. So they occurred in 2012 and 2016, and it was this great citizen science initiative where citizens went out and they counted koalas, took GPS locations, photos, and talked about tree health as well, recorded tree health, and they all loaded it into an app or onto the website. And so then my research is taking that data and looking where koalas are located in the Mount Lofty Ranges, some high density areas, and how their species distribution is likely to change with changing climate. So the iNaturalist is a really great platform that you can use as a citizen scientist to record koalas. Koalas hang out, spend most of their time in trees, and then they spend the rest of the time when they're not in trees moving between trees. So the main place to spot them and record them is in trees. Some of the things I like to do, because they prefer, especially during warm weather and during the day, they like really bushy trees with lots of canopy cover. And they love hanging out in the forks of the tree. So when you're looking for koalas and you're walking through the bush, one, it's good to record where you're walking, perhaps if you have a smartwatch or a GPS watch or something. And then you can sort of look over the area that you've walked is really good. When you see a koala, you can take an image, record the GPS location of it, and also look at the tree health. So some really good things to consider when looking at tree health is, what does the canopy look like? Do the leaves look full? Does the tree look good? Are there any branches hanging off? Are there some areas where the canopy has been stripped? Does there look like there's disease or, clumps of leaves or insect infestation on it? So those things are really good, and it's pretty easy to tell what's a healthy tree and what's a not so healthy tree. You'll sort of be able to distinguish that. So when looking for koalas in the tree, a really good tip as well is, I find it's easier to look at them from a distance and then sort of walk towards the tree and still scan the area as you're going up there. As I said, koalas mostly like to hang out in the forks of trees, so they're really good areas to look at. If you're unsure, you think you might see a koala, you can always put the sun behind the tree, I find helps, and then you can sort of see that shadow of the koala in the tree. If they are feeding, they're probably going to be reaching out. So if you think you see a blob with an arm reaching out, that's most probably a koala. They're quite large and they're really dense as well, but they can be pretty tricky to spot in trees. So yeah, look for those areas in the fork, get underneath the tree and have a look around and try and look at it from a lot of different angles as well. Also, when you're looking at the actual tree to see maybe that there's not a koala in there at the moment, but if there has been one, koalas leave these scratches or these sort of pin marks in the trees where they've been climbing up. They have really sharp claws, so they sort of grab onto the tree like that, and then they'll boost themselves up the tree. So you can look at that, and normally around the base of the tree for those scratch marks. So make sure you get out of the Great Southern Bio Blitz, download the iNaturalist app onto your phone, or look on the website. Look out for some koalas maybe on your next bushwalk or in your very own backyard, because it really helps PhD candidates like myself and other researchers, and it's really great to have citizens involved in science.